it's Wayne from CLC here. Now, when you think about the countries that are producing far more renewable energies than others, normally you end up thinking about the Philippines or other countries like that, the smaller countries that are actually making a difference, some of which I've spoken about already. But surprisingly, one of the countries that is actually at the forefront of renewable energies is Scotland. I know many of us down in England might not realise that, but just last week a report came out from Clean Technica which stated that wind turbines in Scotland produced 97% of electricity that's needed to power all of Scotland's households in 2015. That was up 16% from last year. So there are nearly 100% of energy needed for households being produced by wind farms last year, which is outstanding. And it just shows what can happen if you're not controlled by the English government. Because obviously Scotland have got their own independent government that can rule on things like wind farms, and they are reaping the benefits. Because they're just absolutely throttling the majority of the rest of the world. Because they had set themselves a target of 100% renewable electricity for households by 2020, and are only 3% off. So they are absolutely doing fantastic. And they're now upping their game. Because if you take into account not only households, but industrial buildings, transportation, heating, all of that, they're currently producing 15% of energy that's being used across all of that. And the Clean Energy Group, now Scottish Renewables, is calling for the government to make a stretch target for renewables to produce the equivalent of at least 50% of all energy that's produced by 2030. Now that is totally doable, and they're going to put the rest of the UK to absolute shame. This is just proof that 100% renewable energies is the way forward. And Scotland are going to leave all of us in their dust. And I'm glad that they're doing it, because this is something that needs to happen. It needs to happen not only in Scotland, it needs to happen in all of the UK. Imagine the problems that you would solve, the amount of health problems that you would sort out. People that suffer from asthma because of car fumes, people that have issues because of smog. Living in a city would be entirely different if all of the energies was being produced by clean energy. You would not have the amount of NHS bills coming forward, because it would solve so many health problems. Actually, I'm going to discuss that in a future video. I'm going to do some research, get together all of the actual health benefits of going green with your energy, and discuss that, because it does make absolute sense. But can you imagine if the government had kept with the actual building regulations to make all properties carbon neutral and producing their own energy? That, along with the wind farms, they would be so close to 100%. It wouldn't take that long. If you had building firms building energy positive houses and also retrofitting current properties so that all properties were doing that, along with the wind farms, we would get that 100% in no time whatsoever. This is possible. You won't hear this in much of the mainstream media because they don't want you to know that a different future is possible. But remember, it's not something of the future. The technology exists. It just needs implementing now, and then we can reap the benefits. I'm going to put a link in the description below if you want to read about this article that I've just discussed. And remember to check us out on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Liveable Climate. And on Twitter, we are @Liveable Climate. And that's the British spelling, Liveable Climate, all one word. So make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Until next time, thanks for watching.